Greetings and welcome to another episode of Veterans of the Cedar Valley. My name is Tom Haggerty. I'll be your host today. In previous episodes, we have interviewed World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan veterans, and also veterans with interests that would affect all veterans and their families. Today in the studio, I'm happy to have A.J. Jackson, who is going to be a veteran eventually after he finishes his tour with the U.S. Marine Corps. A.J., welcome to the studio. Glad to have you.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
And A.J., when you graduate from Cedar Falls High School this year, where will you be going?
Well, right after high school, I have about a little over a month until July 8th hits. And from there, I'll be shipped out to Southern California, San Diego, and that's where I will spend the next 13 weeks for my Marine Corps boot camp.
So all Marines, I think, go to San Diego for basic training or boot camp?
If you are a female or you are on the east side of the Mississippi, you'll go to Parris Island over on the East Coast.
San Diego would be a lot better. But one of the reasons we have AJ on the show today is that your musical talents have secured you a slot, I guess, in one of the Marine Corps bands after you finish basic training. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. After boot camp, they'll send me to, I'll actually have 10 days leave first. I'll get to come home, see my family. And after those 10 days, I'll have to go back to San Diego, actually, and spend approximately 29 days for MCT, Marine Combat Training. And then from there, they'll ship me out to music school.
Well, your musical talents that you'll be sharing with the U.S. Marine Corps band is basically you play the trumpet, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
And we're going to have we're going to break away for a selection that you played for us, and we'll be right back. Great, thank you, AJ, for playing that for us and for our viewers. Let me go to a little bit of background history of you throughout school. Where did you start playing the trumpet at?
I picked up the trumpet 5th grade at St. Pat's. It was the first instrument I've ever played, so I fell in love with it really fast.
Yeah, man, it obviously has proven that you do very well on the trumpet. And so you started at St. Pat's in their band?
Yes.
And then went on to where?
I went to Hanson Elementary for 6th grade, and there I was under Mr. Mackey. He was my band teacher. And then from there, he had junior high. Mrs. Englehart was my band teacher, and now I'm up at the high school.
I can't even remember my orchestra teacher's name, and you can remember those. But you played from St. Pat's to Holmes or Hanson, and then you've gone on to Cedar Falls High School and have maintained a position in the orchestra or the band or the marching band.
Yes, I'm in the marching band, concert band, and jazz band up at the high school.
Okay. How long did it take you to learn how to play the trumpet?
Well, I'm still learning. Like, you always have room to improve, really, but I would say I really got it down probably going into my 8th grade year. I mean, I understood how it worked, all the notes, different octaves, different keys. But yes, I still have room to grow on the trumpet.
Well, good. There's always room for improvement. So,
Yes, sir.
when you finish basic training in the Marine Corps, do you get to select the band that you get to go to?
I think that I will have options due to how well I perform in music school, but I don't believe that I'll get a direct location. But my top three definitely would be New Orleans, San Diego, and Japan.
Wow. And then when you're in the Marine Corps, do you just travel with the Marine Corps band then, or do you have another specialty, or that is your specialty?
That is my specialty.
Okay. How long is your Marine Corps enlistment?
Well, my first contract, it is 4 years, but I would love to be in a lot longer than 4 years, make a career out of it.
Okay, good. When you tried out for the Marine Corps band, AJ, how did you do that, or where did you go? You had auditions or what?
Yes, I had a few auditions. My first audition, I was just inside the office, the Marine Corps office over by Walmart, and I was on the phone, and I played for Captain Roberts over the phone, and he was either going to tell me, all right, that was pretty good, we should set up an actual audition, or no, you need to practice some more. And from there, I passed that audition, and Captain Roberts wasn't able to come out and listen to me in Cedar Falls, so my recruiter and I actually had to go travel to Chicago to have that audition. Pretty far away. Luckily, I passed that audition. If I didn't, that wouldn't be too fun to come home to.
Well, that's the first time I've ever heard of a potential recruit for either service having to play over the telephone for an audition, but I guess and then finally you had 3 auditions, 3 levels of auditions, and then were selected, or?
Yeah, the first audition, it was just to make sure I wasn't bad at the trumpet, to make sure I actually had the skill. Then
Sure.
I had to go over the phone, then I had to go out to Chicago.
Okay. We're going to play another selection that AJ did for us, and we'll be right back again. Thank you, AJ, again for playing that selection for us. It's very good. AJ, I want to talk a little bit about the history of your family and your family members having been in the service. Can I ask you, like, who in your family, who were in the service?
Well, quite a bit of people. My father, for one, he was actually spent 4 years in the Marine Corps as an aircraft mechanic. His father was in the Marine Corps as well. So was his father, actually. I believe he was in the Navy. And over on my mom's side, she has her brother and her father who were also in the service. And multiple people over there were also Army men as well.
So on your mom's side, I think there were a couple brothers or 3 brothers were in the Army.
Yes.
And then, but basically your influence about being a Marine came from your dad and your grandpa and your great-grandpa?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's cool. AJ, how long will it be for boot camp?
Approximately 13 weeks. Yes, 13 weeks. Sometimes it could take longer depending on how I perform, but hopefully it's just the 13 weeks.
Well, I know just by listening to the selections that you played for us, AJ, that you're going to do very well, not only in basic training, because I think you were out for sports at Cedar Falls High School, and you've prepared yourself, and your academics are good, and that the Marine Corps has made a great selection with you to be in the Marine Corps band, wherever it's at. And one thing I hope, and I want you to know, that when the Marine Corps band comes here to Cedar Falls for Sturgis Falls in the future, I hope it's the band that you're in, because we'd love to have you back and see how you're doing. So I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to watch the show, and I'd like to thank our guest, AJ, for being present and playing his trumpet for us. And good luck, best wishes in the U.S. Marine Corps, AJ.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you.
having me.